It's a sound that haunts the dead of night. Rhythmic, wet, and relentless. Slurp, slurp, slurp. You're trying to sleep, but in the pitch black of your bedroom, that licking becomes louder than any alarm clock. It cuts through your dreams, forcing you to toss and turn. Finally, you've had enough. You flip on the light, grab your dog's paw, and inspect it under the glow. But there's nothing there. The paw pads are perfectly clean. There are no thorns, no foxtails stuck between the toes, no dirt, and no allergic redness. The paw looks completely healthy. You say, "Stop it," or "Enough." Your dog freezes for a second, looking up at you with those deep, guilty eyes. You turn off the light, settle back in, and a minute later, the same wet rhythm starts all over again. Most owners write this off as boredom, a bad habit, or just dog things. We tell ourselves they're just cleaning up, or that they have some invisible itch we can't see. We treat it as a minor household annoyance, a noisy distraction from our rest. But that's only the surface. In reality, at this very moment, your dog isn't practicing hygiene. They are practicing existential therapy. Right now, their tongue isn't a cleaning tool. It's the key to a secret chemical pharmacy inside their own brain. You see, what you're hearing in the dark isn't just licking. It's the sound of your dog physically trying to mute the noise inside their head. So, what exactly is this pharmacy? To understand it, we need to change our perspective. Stop seeing your dog's paw as just a limb. Instead, imagine it as a sophisticated control panel for their internal state. Science has uncovered a startling fact. The pads of a dog's paws and the spaces between their toes are packed with a massive concentration of nerve endings that are hardwired directly to the pleasure centers of their brain. When a dog begins to lick their paws in a rhythmic, monotonous way, they are performing a form of biological hacking. The motion of the tongue stimulates these receptors, and in response, the brain begins to flood the system with endorphins. This is nature's own painkiller, a kind of internal morphine. Licking isn't hygiene, it's meditation through self-stimulation. At this very moment, your dog is literally pumping a sedative into their own bloodstream. They are creating a rhythm that helps them drown out anxiety, fear, or sensory overload. It's their physical way of turning down the volume on a world that's just too loud. But why choose this specific method? Why can't they just relax and fall asleep? The answer lies in the fact that, to a dog, paws are more than just tools for walking. They are their primary data archive. And what they read from that archive in the silence of the night might be a much heavier burden than you've ever imagined. But why the paws? Why not the tail or the belly? To understand this, we have to realize one startling truth. For your dog, paws are not just limbs. They are their primary data archive. Imagine that every walk your dog takes isn't just a stroll, it's a massive data logging session. Their paws are the only organ in constant, intimate contact with the outside world. Through those porous pads, your dog is literally absorbing a, quote, chemical map of your entire neighborhood. The pheromones of a nervous dog that passed by an hour ago, the scent trail of a stray cat, hormonal markers of stress left on the asphalt, the sharp alien smells of the city. Every single step is a new file saved to a biological hard drive. And when the silence of the night settles in, when the outside world fades away, your dog begins their data processing. Licking their paws at this moment is a way of reading that information. Through taste and scent, they are rereading their day. They are analyzing a world that is too big, too fast, and too chaotic for their ancient instincts. They are trying to structure the chaos, to close the tabs in the browser of their soul so their brain can finally drift into deep sleep. But behind this analysis lies something much more personal. Because this archive doesn't just record the footprints of strangers, it records yours too. And now, we come to the most emotional reason for this midnight ritual. A reason that will make you look at your sleeping friend in a completely different light. But there is one reason that will make you want to hug your dog right this second. Research shows that dogs begin to lick their paws with heightened intensity, specifically when you are under stress. Your dog is a biological resonator. They sense your cortisol levels. They read the microtensions in your shoulders and hear the slightest shifts in your breathing pattern. They soak up your anxiety like a sponge, but they have no words to ask what's wrong. They can't help you with your mortgage or fix the problems at your office. All they have is you. And when your world starts to crack, their inner world crumbles along with it. Licking their paws in these moments is their way of processing your pain. It is a ritual of compassion driven to autopilot. They retreat into this rhythmic, trance-like state just to withstand the weight of the anxiety they are carrying on their shoulders, your anxiety. They are literally licking the wounds of your soul, wounds that you yourself can't even reach. In this brief window of time, your bedroom transforms into a place of silent self-sacrifice. While you toss and turn trying to fall asleep, your dog is acting as a shock absorber for your shared fears. But this cycle can't last forever. And in the finale, we will understand exactly what it takes to stop that sound in the dark. And then the moment comes. You hear that sound again, but now you know what lies behind it. You realize that your dog is currently digesting the noise of a massive world and the heavy weight of your day. So what do? How do you stop this endless rhythm? The answer is both the simplest and the hardest thing to do. It isn't a no command. It's not a correction or a punishment. Because in this moment, your dog doesn't need discipline. They need confirmation that the storm is finally over. Just reach out your hand in the darkness. Touch their head, let your palm slide down their back. Feel their body release that deep, audible, full-body sigh, the biological seal of completion. In that instant, their brain receives a signal. Everything is okay. We are home. We are safe. The licking stops, not because you forbid it, but because your presence is a more powerful antidepressant than any endorphin they could ever produce on their own. For a dog, home isn't a mailing address or a roof over their head. It's the place where they can finally stop licking their wounds. It's where they can breathe out all the accumulated stress of the day and just be with someone who understands them without a single word. They clear their, quote, data archive every night so they can wake up with a clean heart. So that by morning, nothing else remains inside but devotion, joy, and you. Because in the end, the greatest gift you can ever give them isn't a premium toy or a fancy treat. It's the certainty that when the world gets too loud, they always have your shoulder to lean on, so they can finally just fall asleep.